In continuation of the Google app training, I'm going to show how to set up language on your Android smartphone and how to add an input language on a keyboard. And I'm going to also show how to set up the app permissions. To change the language setting on an Android phone, go to Settings first. And then tap General Management. And then here, you can see language and input. So I'm going to tap that one. And then you can change the language on your phone under language. So if you want to change the language, tap this button. And in here, I can change my phone language to Korean. If you want to change it to other language, then just tap this Add Language button. And then you can choose from these languages. I'm going to go back by tapping this back button. And then I'm going to change my phone language to Korean by tapping this. And then after I choose, click Apply. So now my phone language is changed to Korean. And then you can see the language displayed on this phone is now in Korean. So let me go back to change it back to English. So I'm going to go back to language. And here, I'm going to change it back to English. And then apply. So now my phone language is changed back to English. Unlike on iPhone, you cannot set the preferred language used on each of the apps installed on an Android phone. So the language used by all the apps on this phone is the language set as the phone language. So if I want to have the Google Keep app to transcribe my voice memo spoken in Korean, then I need to set the phone language to Korean like I just did. So let me actually go back and set the phone language to Korean. So I'm going to tap General Management under Settings. And then again, Language and Input. And then click Language. And then I'm gonna change it back to Korean. And click Apply. And then I'm going to open Google Keep app to show how voice memo works in here. So I'll just click Add button to add a note. And then to start the voice memo, I need to just click this plus sign. And then I'm going to tap recording. 집에 오는 길에 피자 픽업하기. And here you can see my voice memo spoken in Korean is transcribed in Korean along with the recording in here. If you want to learn more about how to use Google Keep Note app in detail, please watch my training video called How to Use Google Keep. Let me change my phone language back to English. So I'm gonna go back to settings. General language. Okay, so now if I go back to Google Keep Notes app, the menu on this app is now shown in English. Now let me show you how you can add an input language on a keyboard layout. So go to setting, and again the general management, language and input, and then here under keyboards, click on-screen keyboard, and here you can see this phone's default keyboard is Samsung keyboard. So I'm going to tap the default keyboard, and then under languages and types, if you click here, you can add more input language by tapping Manage Input Languages. So currently I have English and Korean keyboard turned on, but if you want to add other keyboard, you can add by tapping this button on and off. Or if you don't see it under downloaded language, then you need to search that keyboard on a specific language and then click the download button to download. And then once you download, it's gonna be placed under downloaded language, and then you can tap the button next to the language to turn it on and off. So I'll have keyboard language English and Korean for now. So let me go back to Google Keep, and then here I'm going to show you how you can switch to different keyboard layout. So currently my keyboard layout is in English, so I can type hello. And then if I want to change it to Korean, I can either click this globe icon, or depending on how your keyboard is set up, you can also change the keyboard layout by swiping the spacebar left or right. So either way, so I'm gonna tap the globe icon, and now my keyboard is changed to Korean, so I can type Korean. And once the language is added to the keyboard layout, you can dictate also text in that language. So currently my keyboard is in Korean, and then if I want to dictate Korean, then I can click this mic button, and then I can dictate in Korean. 오늘은 날씨가 좋은 월요일입니다. So what I just dictated now shown up here. And of course, I can dictate in English by changing my keyboard layout to English. So I'm gonna change it to English by tapping the globe icon. And then again, I'm going to click this mic button to dictate in English. Today is very sunny day. And now let me show you how you can set up the permissions and notifications of an app. Granting permissions to an app allows the app to access specific components of my phone, such as phone's camera, contacts, or location. And like I mentioned in the Google Keep app training, in order to get a location-based reminder, the Google Keep app's access to location of the phone should be always allowed. So to allow Google Keep app to always access to my phone's location, I'm going to set that permission under settings, and then here click apps, and then I'm going to find the app that I like to give permission in this training. It's Google Keep Notes app, so that's this one. And if I scroll down under app settings, there is permissions button. So I'm going to tap this. And here, location, I'm going to have it allow all the time. So location access for this app, allow all the time. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to previous page by click this back button. And one more time. And the other permission that I need to change is to get a reminder from Google Keep. This notifications should be also turned on. So I'm gonna click notifications, and then I'm going to turn notification by tapping this button. So now the notification is turned on.